Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to decode the hidden math that powers some of the biggest business decisions out there. And we're going to turn some pretty complex calculus into a simple roadmap for success.
So what is this secret math? Now, you might think it's going to be super complicated, but it really just boils down to two powerful ideas from calculus that, honestly, anyone can get their head around.
So where does this math actually get used? Well, it all starts with the kind of core puzzles that every single company, big or small, is constantly trying to solve.
We're talking about questions like, how many things should we make? What's the absolute perfect price? And maybe most importantly, when do we stop? At what point does making more stuff actually start losing us money? These aren't just wild guesses. They are incredibly precise calculations. And the first tool businesses use to solve them is all about finding that exact tipping point. Okay, so this brings us to our first big idea, differentiation. It sounds fancy, but really it's just the art of seeing change happen moment by moment. Seriously, think of it just like that, a speedometer. It's a tool that lets a business zoom way in on its profit curve to find the absolute undeniable peak. And differentiation gives us this really crucial business tool called the marginal function. So what does that even mean? Well, it's pretty simple. It tells you the immediate financial impact of making just one single additional product. And here's the crucial insight. Your profit is maximized at the exact moment it stops going up. Imagine you're climbing a hill of profit. The very peak, that flat spot right at the top before you start going down, that's where the rate of change is zero. That's the sweet spot. So how does this actually work in the real world? Well, let's dive into a case study from our source material about a company called Dewey Jabs Ventures. This slide shows it all perfectly. Using this method, the company found that making 300 items would bring in a huge profit. But what if they just kept going and made 1,500 items? Whoa, we're talking a catastrophic loss of over $9 billion. And that right there is the power of finding the tipping point. By using differentiation, the company could pinpoint that precise sweet spot at 300 units and completely dodge what would have been an absolute financial disaster. All right, so that's how we zoom in to find that perfect peak. But what if we need to zoom out? Well, our second tool, integration, lets us see the entire big picture. And this chart, it lays it out perfectly. They're two sides of the same coin. If differentiation is the speedometer showing your instant speed, then its opposite, integration, is the odometer, showing the total distance you've traveled. And that's really all there is to it. Integration is just the process of adding up all those tiny individual pieces, like the profit from every single item sold, to get the grand total. And this is incredibly powerful stuff. It means a company can take that moment-to-moment data, the profit from selling just one more item, and use that to actually predict their total revenue for the entire year. Okay, so let's put it all together. Let's see how these two big ideas work hand in hand to reveal this hidden layer of value that exists in pretty much every single transaction. You ever get that feeling like you got a great deal on something? Well, that's called consumer surplus. It's that bonus feeling you get. And believe it or not, calculus can put an exact number on it. And on the flip side, there's producer surplus. This is that little bit of extra cash the seller gets to pocket because the market price was higher than the absolute minimum they were willing to sell for. All right, this is where it gets really cool. In a market where supply and demand meet, a price gets set. In this case, it's $7.75. So now, using integration, we can actually calculate the exact hidden value, or surplus, that's being created for everybody involved. And look at this. At this price, that bonus profit for the sellers, the producer surplus, is way bigger than the savings for the buyers. It tells you straight up that in this particular market, the sellers are the ones getting the better end of the deal. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? Why should you care about any of this math? Well, just remember this. Differentiation zooms in to find those tipping points for max profit. Integration zooms out to show you the big picture, like your total revenue. And when you put them together, they uncover all this hidden money for both buyers and sellers. This isn't just some abstract math. It's basically the hidden code running behind every single price tag you see. So, the next time you see a price tag on a shelf, remember what you saw here today. It's not just some random number. It's the calculated peak of a mountain, put there through the incredible power of calculus.